Welcome to Mali. Today, we're going on a little trip, a little safari, but not the kind with lions and giraffes. No, today we're going to Mali. We're diving deep into fascinating facts about Mali. Make sure you hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. First things first, where in the world is Mali? Deserts, rivers, history, that's Mali. Ancient empires, legendary wealth, and musical heritage. Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a wild ride through Mali. Okay folks, let's rewind the clock a bit. Long before smartphones and social media, Mali wasn't just chilling out, it was the epicenter of powerful empires, dripping in gold, overflowing with knowledge. Empires like Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. These weren't average empires, they were the real deal. Controlling trade routes across the Sahara. Gold, salt, spices, they traded it all. Richer than Jeff Bezos after a Prime Day sale. But it wasn't just about the bling. These empires were cultural powerhouses, churning out scholars, architects, and artists. The University of Sankore in Timbuktu, their version of Harvard, dropped some knowledge bombs about Mali. They might think you're making it up, but hey, that's what happens when you're dropping truth bombs this powerful. Alright, let's talk about Timbuktu. I know what you're thinking, Timbuktu? Isn't that like a mythical place? Well, my friend, Timbuktu is as real as the student loan debt you're trying to forget about. Back in the day, this city was the place to be. Think of it as the New York City, the Paris, the Wakanda of its time. More than just a pretty face, it was a hub of knowledge. Home to the University of Sankore, a legendary center of learning. Scholars documented everything, from astronomy to medicine. So next time you hear Timbuktu, hit them with some knowledge. Alright folks, let's dive into the story of Mansa Musa, the king of bling bling back in the 1300s. Think Jeff Bezos is wealthy? Mansa Musa would have made Bezos look like a guy selling lemonade on the street corner. We're talking wealth beyond your wildest dreams. This man ruled the Mali Empire, which had so much gold, it would make Fort Knox look like a piggy bank. Seriously, historians struggle to even estimate his fortune. It's like trying to count grains of sand on a beach after a tsunami. But Mansa Musa wasn't just about flaunting his riches. He was a devout Muslim, and in 1324 he decided to make the pilgrimage to Mecca. Now, when you're this wealthy, you don't just book a flight on Emirates. Mansa Musa traveled with an entourage of, get this, 60,000 people. We're talking soldiers, attendants, camels carrying gold, enough people to start a small city, all making their way across the Sahara Desert. This wasn't just a pilgrimage, it was a mobile, gold-plated spectacle that put Mali on the map, literally. Word of Mansa Musa's wealth spread faster than gossip in a barbershop, and suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of the Mali Empire. Now let's move on to something equally impressive, but a little less flashy. The Great Mosque of Jannah. Forget your fancy skyscrapers made of steel and glass. This architectural marvel is built entirely out of mud. You heard right, mud. Located in the city of Jen, this mosque is like the world's largest sandcastle, but 1,000 times more impressive. It's a testament to the skill and artistry of the Malian people, who, let's be honest, could probably build a mansion out of toothpicks if they put their minds to it. The Great Mosque isn't just a place of worship, it's a symbol of community. Every year, the entire town comes together for a festival where they, wait for it, replaster the mosque with mud. It's like a giant community service project, but instead of picking up trash, they're preserving a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So next time someone tells you mud is just dirt and water, tell them to check out the Great Mosque of Jen. It's a masterpiece that proves you don't need fancy materials to create something truly awe-inspiring. Just faith, hard work, and maybe a really good recipe for mud. Alright folks, get ready to tap your feet, because we're diving into the world of Malian music. Now this ain't your top 40 pop music. We're talking about rhythms and melodies passed down through generations. Music that'll make you want to dance even if you have 2 left feet. At the heart of it all is the kora, a 21-stringed instrument that looks like a cross between a harp and a banjo. It's got this mesmerizing sound, like something ancient and magical. And when those Malian musicians get their hands on it, magic is exactly what you get. One name you gotta know is Ali Farka Toure. This legend, nicknamed the John Lee Hooker of Africa, took the sounds of the kora and blended them with blues and jazz, creating something truly unique. His music transcended borders, languages, and even genres. It's the kind of music that makes you want to close your eyes, sway to the rhythm, and just feel it in your soul. And the best part? This musical legacy is still going strong today. From traditional folk songs to modern Afro-pop, Malian music is a vibrant tapestry of sound, a testament to the power of music to bring people together. So, do yourself a favor, go fire up Spotify, search for Malian music, and get ready to discover a whole new world of sonic bliss. Alright folks, let's talk about the Niger River. You see that big blue squiggly line going across the map of Mali? That's the lifeblood of the country. The third longest river in Africa, after the Nile and the Congo. Providing transportation, irrigation, and some of the tastiest fish. Seriously, this river is a big deal. It's how people get around, trade goods, and grow crops. Imagine farming in the Sahara, then having this massive river. It's like winning the lottery, but with mangoes and yams. The Niger River is also a fisherman's paradise. Everything from catfish to tilapia to giant Nile perch. More power to the Malian fishermen who do. The Niger River is essential to Malian life. Appreciate that big blue squiggle running through Mali. It's a lifeline, a source of life, and a testament to the Malian people. And if you ever visit, try the fish. You won't regret it. Get ready to loosen your belts because we're about to take a trip to Flavortown Malian style. Malian food deserves a spot on everyone's culinary bucket list. First up, we got jollof rice. Malian jollof rice is like the Beyoncé of rice dishes. It's a party in your mouth. And I haven't even mentioned the meat yet. You can have it with chicken, beef, fish, or even lamb. Then there's fufu, a starchy side dish made from cassava, yams, or plantains. And mafe, a peanut-based stew that's comforting and delicious. Malian cuisine is a feast for the senses, so come hungry, my friends, come hungry. Alright folks, imagine this. You're in the middle of the Sahara Desert, surrounded by towering sand dunes, the stars are out in full force, and you're listening to some of the most incredible music you've ever heard. No, you're not dreaming. You're at the Festival in the Desert, one of the most unique and celebrated music festivals in the world. This ain't your typical Coachella crowd, folks. We're talking about a celebration of Tuareg culture and music, with artists coming from all over Mali and beyond to share their sounds with the world. You've got traditional Tuareg musicians playing instruments like the imzad, a single-stringed violin, and the tendi, a large drum, alongside modern bands blending Tuareg music with rock, blues, and even electronic influences. It's a true melting pot of sound, a testament to the power of music to bring people together, even in the most remote and unforgiving of environments. It's about celebrating the rich musical heritage of the Tuareg people, who have been keeping the spirit of the desert alive for centuries. So, if you're ever feeling adventurous and looking for a music festival experience unlike any other, book a ticket to the Festival in the Desert. Just make sure you pack your sunscreen, your dancing shoes, and an open mind. Trust me, it's an experience you won't soon forget. Alright, so we've talked about Mali's empires, its mosques, its music. But what about the people? Because Mali, my friends, is like a delicious smoothie of cultures. You've got your Bambara people, the largest group known for their agriculture and, let's be honest, their dance moves. Don't tell me you haven't seen those videos. Then you've got the Tuareg, the nomads of the Sahara, rocking those indigo tagelmusts that would make even the most stylish hipster jealous. They're known for their independence, their trading skills, and you guessed it, their incredible music. Seriously, Malians can make anything sound good. And let's not forget the Dogon people, living in those incredible cliff dwellings that look like something out of an Indiana Jones movie. They're known for their unique traditions, their masked dances, and their knowledge of the stars that would put any astrophysicist to shame. We'll get to that in a bit. But the point is, Mali isn't just one thing. It's a beautiful blend of languages, traditions, and stories. It's a place where you can find everything from bustling markets to peaceful villages, from ancient ruins to modern cities. It's a reminder that diversity isn't just a buzzword, it's the spice of life. And trust me, Mali is spicy. Now, remember those Dogon people we were talking about, the ones with the cliffside cribs? Well, get this, they've got this ancient knowledge of astronomy that's just mind-blowing. I'm talking about knowing about stars invisible to the naked eye, stars that frankly even I don't understand. I mean, we're talking about Sirius B, a white dwarf star that wasn't even discovered by Western scientists until the 19th century. Yet somehow, the Dogon have known about it for centuries. They even knew it was incredibly dense and orbited Sirius A in a specific elliptical pattern. Like what? How did they figure this out without fancy telescopes? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Some say it's evidence of ancient alien contact, others say it's just a case of good old-fashioned observation and oral tradition. Honestly, I'm not sure what to believe, but one thing's for sure, the Dogon people are a testament to the enduring power of human curiosity and the fact that we still have so much to learn about our universe and the people in it. And maybe, just maybe, they got a little help from some friends out there in the cosmos. You never know. Now let's rewind the clock a bit and talk about trade. Because long before Amazon Prime and overnight shipping, there was the trans-Saharan trade route. And let me tell you, these guys weren't messing around with two-day delivery. This was serious business. Imagine this, caravans stretching for miles across the Sahara Desert, loaded with gold, salt, slaves, textiles, you name it. It was like a highway of commerce connecting North Africa to sub-Saharan Africa, and Mali was right in the middle of it all, like a desert oasis with a killer business plan. Timbuktu, in particular, became a major trading hub. Think of it as the New York Stock Exchange of its time, but instead of suits, you had camels and turbans. People were flocking from all over to trade goods, exchange ideas, and of course make some serious bank. This trade wasn't just about getting rich, though. It was about the exchange of cultures and ideas. It's how Islam spread throughout West Africa, how new technologies were introduced, and how Mali became the powerhouse it was. It's a reminder that even in the middle of the desert, human connection always finds a way. So, you thought Mali was all desert, huh? Think again, because the Bandiagra escarpment is about to blow your mind. Picture this, a giant sandstone cliff, stretching for almost 200 kilometers, like a giant wall protecting secrets of the past. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is more than just a pretty face. It's home to the Dogon people who have built their villages quite literally into the cliff face. We're talking houses, granaries, even religious sanctuaries, all carved into the rock. Talk about living on the edge. The Dogon people say their ancestors chose this dramatic landscape for protection. And honestly, who could blame them? With cliffs this steep, you'd have a head start spotting any unwanted visitors. Plus, the views from up there? Let's just say they're Instagram-worthy, even without the filters. But the Bandiagra escarpment is more than just a fortress. It's a testament to human ingenuity and adaptation. A reminder that even in the harshest environments, people find a way to thrive, build communities, and create a culture that's as unique as the landscape itself. Let's talk about Malian art, because this ain't your average airport souvenir shop, folks. We're talking vibrant textiles, intricate jewelry, and sculptures that tell stories passed down for generations. This is art with soul, with history woven into every thread and carved into every piece of wood. Take the Bogalanfini, for example. That's the famous mud cloth dyed with fermented clay and plant extracts. Each symbol and pattern tells a story, kind of like a coded message from the ancestors. It's fashion meets history, and trust me, it's way cooler than that mass-produced t-shirt you were eyeing. And then there's the jewelry. We're talking silver and beads crafted into intricate designs that would make your local jeweler break a sweat. These pieces aren't just accessories, they're status symbols, good luck charms, and sometimes even currency. Talk about a conversation starter. But beyond the beauty and the craftsmanship, what really makes Malian art special is the connection to its people. It's a celebration of their heritage, a way of life that's been passed down for centuries. and a reminder that even in a world of mass production, true artistry will always stand out. Alright, so we've talked about the great empires of Mali, the wealth, the culture, the vibes, but like a bad DJ at a wedding, colonialism showed up and killed the mood. France, you see, they wanted a piece of that Malian pie. And by piece, I mean the whole damn bakery, ovens and all. From the late 19th century, Mali became part of French West Africa. They called it French Sudan then because apparently stealing someone's country doesn't sound as fancy on a map. The French, they did what colonizers do, exploited resources, imposed their systems, and tried to fit Mali into their own mold. It's like trying to make jollof rice with basmati and calling it a day. This period, as you can imagine, wasn't exactly a picnic in the Sahara. It left Mali with a whole host of challenges, from economic dependence to political instability. It's like that awkward family photo where everyone's pretending to smile, but you can see the tension in their eyes. But hey, it's important to learn from history, even the messy bits. Because understanding colonialism's impact helps us appreciate Mali's resilience in its journey to reclaiming its own narrative. More on that after this quick break. Welcome back to Mali, the facts that will blow your kente cloth off. So, after decades of colonial rule, Mali finally gained its independence in 1960. It was a moment of celebration, of hope, of finally we can pour our own tea. But independence is kind of like winning a cooking competition. Sure, you get the trophy, the bragging rights, but then you gotta figure out what to do with all those ingredients. Building a nation from scratch is no easy feat, especially after being told your way of life wasn't good enough for, well, centuries. Mali has faced its fair share of challenges since then: political instability, droughts, poverty. It's like trying to run a marathon in the Sahara with no water breaks. But amidst these challenges, there's also been progress. Malians, they're resilient, resourceful, and they know how to make a mean jollof rice. Today, Mali is a democracy, striving to build a brighter future while honoring its rich heritage. It's a story of resilience, of cultural vibrancy, and of a nation finding its footing on the world stage. Well, folks, that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of Mali. We've journeyed through ancient empires, marveled at architectural wonders, and grooved to the rhythms of Malian music. We've learned about their resilience, their culture, their delicious, delicious food. If you enjoyed this deep dive into all things Mali, make sure to hit that like button harder than Mansa Musa spent gold. Don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing facts from around the world. And before you go, drop a comment below with the word Mali so we know you stuck around till the very end. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay awesome.